Hello everyone. So let's start off with this bit then. Theft from Segesta, part 2, the sequel, as we move in. So, vedete quanta religio fuerit. I'm going to try and just focus on the grammar and not on the background. Look at what, so again, you can see there the indirect question. Look at what fuerit, perfect subjunctive. Look at what religious reverence there has been. No skite, no judges that amongst all the Segestans, no one neminen, so lots of indirect statements here. No that neminem accusative infinitive, no skitote imperative, no that no one judges was found repertum esse amongst the Segestans, neque, know that no one was found amongst the Segestans, whether it was a freedman, liberum, or a slave, or a citizen, neque peregrinum, or a foreigner, who would dare to attingere, who would dare to touch that statue. Barbaros quosdam lilibeo skitote, another skitote. Know that, so who would dare to touch that statue? Know that some barbarian workman, so barbaros quosdam skitote, know that some barbarian workmen from Lilybaeum were brought. Know that some barbarian workmen from Lilybaeum were brought. So know that some barbaros operarios, barbarian workmen, were brought from Lilybaeum, and that they, denique, finally, and that they finally, ignari, ignorant of the whole totius, ignorant of the whole affair, and of its religious significance, ac religionis, and of its religious significance, ablative absolute, after receiving their pay, sustelerant, took it down. Quod cum, connecting relative, and when this was being taken out of the city, so cum, when, quod, which, when this was exportabator, when this was being taken out of the city, sorry, you can't quite see to the end of the line, but I'm sure that you can imagine with your books there. No, what a great crowd of women, arbitramini. Do you remember, literally, can you judge, can you imagine, but the notes say, can you imagine what a great crowd of women was gathered together, factum, what a gathering of women do you think was made, it says literally, but can you imagine what a crowd of women, can you remember what a crowd of women there was? What weeping, quem flertum, what a great crowd of women there was, what weeping there was from our elders. Some nonuli, not none, litotes, some of whom even recollected, even remembered, tenebant, some of whom even remembered, illum diem, that day, cum illa, when that same Diana, some of whom even remembered that day when that same Diana was brought back to Segesta from Carthage, when that same Diana, revecta, brought back to Segesta, Carthaginae, from Carthage, had announced by her own return the victory of the Roman people. Quam dissimilis, how dissimilar, how different this day was seeming to that time. Nice Roman sort of attitude of the even Ciceronian quote of, oh, the times, oh, the morals, sort of nostalgia there. How dissimilar. After that long sentence, you then get that punchy, how dissimilar this day was seeming, preying on Roman natural conservatism, was seeming to that time. Tum imperator, then, so now we're going to get lots of tums and nuncs in deliberate contrast with one another. Look at his organization of the speech. Then, or at that time, a general of the Roman people, at that time, a general of the Populi Romani, a most illustrious man, was reportabat, was bringing back to the Segestans, Segestanis, ex orbe, was bringing back to the Segestans the gods, Deos Patrios, the gods of their fathers, Deos Patrios, the gods of their fathers, from the city, recovered from the city, recuperatos, perfect passive participle, recovered from the city of an enemy. Nunc, look at the contrast. Now, a praetor of the Eustem, of the same Roman people, again, this is that Ciceronian question of what does it mean to be Roman? Is Verres even Roman when his attitude is so different to what a good Roman should be? Now, a praetor of that same Roman people, Turpissimus, most shamefully, a most shameful praetor of that same Roman people, now a most base and a most wicked and shameful praetor of the same Roman people, was taken away, was alferebat, was taken away in a nefario scelere, in a terrible crime, this is a revolting crime. Those same gods from a city, those same gods from a city, ex orbe, note the Ciceronian period here, breaking it up into different clauses into a large, overwhelming idea, from a city of our allies, a city of his allies, rather, our allies of his allies. What is more, quid hoc, what is Claudius, what is more notorious through all of Sicily than that all the women and maidens of Segesta came together when Diana, temporal clause, was being taken away from the town, when Diana was being taken out of their city, and that they, unxisse, that they anointed her with perfumes, and that they crowned her, complesse, with garlands and flowers, that they garlanded her, that they crowned her rather with garlands and flowers, and that they accompanied her to the borders of their territory, and that they prosecutas, that they went with her to the borders ad agri, to the borders of her territory, with frankincense, with ture, and with odoribus incensis, with burning perfumes. If at that time, situm, if at that time you, because of your greed and audacity, again, look at the cupiditatem and the audaciam, and remember these are not good things. Because of your greed, if at that time you, because of your greed and audacity, did not fear such religious sanctity, imperio, while you're in command, do not fear the religious sanctity, do you not now fear them at a time, ne nunc quidem, do you not now fear them at a time, do you not now shudder at them at the time of such danger for you and your children? Quem, whom are you able Who do you think futurum is going to come auxilio as help for you? Who do you think there will be auxilio, predicative dative? Who do you think will come as help for you? Literally, which man with the gods, with the dis immortalibus, with the gods unwilling, do you think will come to you? Or indeed, which of the gods with such religious sanctity, with so much of their religious sanctity violated, do you think is going to come as help to you? Tibi illa Diana. Has that Diana not inspired, or has that Diana inspired nullam, no religious sanctity in you, in peace and leisure? Quae, she who, when she had been placed, so she who, when she had seen rather two cities in which she had been placed, so she, quae, who, cum videset, when she had seen two cities in quibus, in which she fuerat, she had been placed, when she had seen them captured and burnt down, twice had been saved from two wars. She was twice preserved from the flames and weapons in two wars. She who, though she had changed her situation, her position, we did this last lesson or the lesson before, she who, though she had loco mutato, changed her position after the victory of the Carthaginians, however, had not lost her religious sanctity. And who, with the valour, with the courage, with the virtue of Publius Africanus, has recovered her religious sanctity along with that position. Afterwards recovered her religious sanctity together with her old position. And when this crime had been executed, scelere suscepto, ablative absolute, when this crime had been committed, when the pedestal was empty, cum inanis esset basis, when the pedestal was empty, and the name of Publius Africanus carved upon it. So, when the pedestal was empty, cum inanis esset basis, and the name of Publius Africanus inscribed on it, the affair, res, the matter, videbator, seemed so dishonourable and intolerable, omnibus to everyone, not only had religion been violated, but also that, and you need to go right to the end of the passage, look at the notes next to it for the importance of the word order here, that Caius Verres had taken away the glory of the deeds, the memorial, memoriam virtutis, the memorial of the virtue, the monument of the victory of Publius Africanus. The most gallant, viri fortissimi, the most gallant of men, viri fortissimi. Long sentence there. Do you know what? I've changed my mind when we're doing this because I think this is going to be too long if I do the next bit as well. And so I'm just going to upload this and then I'll do a third one for the final bit of it. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. All right, well done everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.